All right, well, House of Payne fans, we're talking season 12, episode 13, entitled "Make It Rain." This is, I guess, maybe the middle of the road kind of episode. Episode 11, I gave it a 5 out of 10. It was kind of mid. It was kind of okay. It was a pretty decent episode. Nothing too crazy to write home about. Episode 12 was stellar. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Very, very good episode. Episode 13 left a lot to be desired. So again, Make It Rain. Calvin attempts to plan a bachelor party against Laura's will. Malik struggles with putting a toy together for his daughter. Now, first things first, Jasmine's in the episode, which is great. This is the only one out of the three that she's present for. And like I said, episode 12 was just so dang good. I didn't even notice the lack of Jasmine. Episode 11, I felt like the episode, okay, yeah, this is really fillerish, but, it was okay episode. And if Jasmine was there, I don't know if she would have added much aside from a few one-liners, but just seeing China on screen is good enough for me. But yeah, this episode, let's talk about the B plot first. So, first of all, maybe I missed it, but how old is Melissa at this point? We know she was born at the end. Wait, okay, so Lisa came home. Okay, season 9, at the beginning of season 11, I believe, is when Melissa was brought home from the hospital. Time in this show moves at a very crazy rate, so I would be willing to guess that Melissa is maybe 5 months old at this point. Again, I'm only speculating. But the thing is, again, maybe this was mentioned in the episode, but I missed it, and I'm me. So if I missed something, dang, that's crazy. But what would she want with a dollhouse? Well, then again, my sister was born before I was, so I wouldn't have known, what was the appropriate age to get her a dollhouse. But what would she need a dollhouse for? So the whole B plot of the episode is Malik is struggling to put it together. Then it turns out that both CJ and Curtis fail. They make an awful looking rinky-dink dollhouse with the material they're given. But then by the end of the episode, off screen, Jasmine easily put it together because, hey guys, I just used the instructions and the tools provided in the box. So, hey, Jasmine swooped in for the win. Can't argue with that. But in terms of the main plot of the episode, yeah, Calvin is on the phone. Pookie Peanut, they're getting wings and whips and handcuffs and all for a crazy bachelor party. But then Laura doesn't want them to have one because she feels like it's too juvenile and barbaric and demeaning. And Calvin's like, oh, well, you can come at this certain time. And then, he goes over to his parents' house, and Ella pretty much agrees at a bachelor party. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having to get together with your male friends before you get married, but, not a crazy bachelor party like you're planning. And then, of course, Calvin doesn't want to hear it. But then the voice of reason, Miranda, because somebody reminded me that, hey, Jeremy, in the original series, Miranda kind of said the same thing to Calvin as well, that she didn't want him to have a bachelor party, but then he did. And I don't remember how crazy that was. So they have a discussion where Miranda's like, the thing is, you have a second chance at not making the same mistakes you did when we were married. Basically, listen to your partner as opposed to doing what you want to do just because it will make you happy while completely disregarding the request of your future wife. So that was a pretty good scene between the two, just yet again showcasing the fact that these two have great chemistry, even though I really don't want to see these two get back together. Not saying I want Calvin to get with Laura as well, because need I remind you, while this man has been engaged to Laura, he has cheated on her twice. First with the realtor, Victoria. They were about to have sex until Curtis came over and interrupted. And then, of course, he had sex when he was drunk with Miranda last season. So it's kind of crazy to see this man is preparing to get married again. Yet you could clearly see he still has seeds to sow before he says I do. But by the end of the episode, he gets back to the condo. Lisa, or Laura, is, trying to figure out the best way to say, you know what, you ain't having no bachelor party. But then he agrees that no bachelor party. And then, she talks about how her parents decided to spend the night together before they got married, which seems a bit redundant because it's like, I don't know. Isn't that the whole saying about bad luck to see the groom or bride before the wedding or whatever? Or what is it? Bad luck to see the bride in her wedding dress before the wedding or something. I don't know. Not saying they will wear the wedding dress the night before the wedding, but yeah, like Galvin said, we spend the night together all the time, but whatever. So they agree to have their own kind of, party, just the two of them, which was a sweet moment because, hey, they're going to have fun their own way, but kind of a weird resolution. I mean, it's just one of those things where I guess maybe Miranda's words hit more because, wow, yeah, this is my ex-wife, and if she's telling me I'm out of line about something and I have a second chance, maybe I should reconsider. And yeah, so it's good to see Calvin kind of mature in that aspect. But like Miranda said, you should know better than doing what you're doing. I mean, him having a crazy bachelor party, that's so Calvin. But the fact that he is trying to organize it behind Lisa's back, even though she said that she didn't want him to have one, just shows that he was being straight up selfish, and there's really no excuse for that. But yeah, I'd say the highlight was definitely Miranda calling out Calvin. But aside from that, yeah, the episode was kind of meh. It was okay. But of course, the biggest talk of the episode, the biggest talking point is all the Queen's Men. Turns out it's an actual television show because Calvin makes a reference to it when, Laura brings up the fact that, I had a friend and, she had like a bachelorette party and things got really crazy to the point where the groom called off the wedding the next day because he found out about something that she did during the party. So yeah, it's like, yeah, women are crazier than men at these parties. Because have you seen all the Queen's Men, the way those women act in that show? So at the strip club, which is pretty crazy because remember Eva Marcel, who plays Tracy, Calvin's first baby mama in the show, plays Madam in that series. Yet, if I remember correctly, wasn't Lance and Eva engaged in real life too? So I thought that was a pretty cool wink and nod to the camera when it comes to the fans. So just a quick recap, and I'll do a video on this, but All the Queen's Men being a television show in the House of Payne universe. Okay, so in terms of shows, we know House of Payne, Meet the Browns, Love Thy Neighbor, and Assisted Living are in the same universe. So All the Queen's Men, and by extension, Sisters, Zatima, and Bruh are all canonically television shows in the House of Payne universe, which is pretty interesting. And then from there, we know from Zatima, when Belinda mentioned this, Ruthless is a TV show, which again puts Ruthless and Oval, which are in the same universe, as television shows in that universe. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this particular episode. And I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing. Maybe it will come down to the point where, Miranda and Calvin realize that they love each other so much and they want to be together that Calvin decides not to get, married to Laura. But I don't know. Maybe that'll happen by the end of the season. But, we still got time to figure out things. So overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think what really puts people onto the idea of Miranda and Calvin working out more than Laura and Calvin is that Laura and Calvin just don't have the chemistry. And on top of that, they have these arguments over things where more often than not, it's like, hey, Calvin, you should know better. Or Laura, you're talking about something and you're mad about something that, you really shouldn't be because it pertains to Calvin and his kids. And then on top of that, Miranda and Calvin, they just know each other so well because of their prior experiences. So yeah, they have a healthier form of communication than Laura and Calvin. So I don't know. Like I said, I personally don't support these two getting back together. But at the same time, I don't think Calvin is ready to get married again either. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.